Rear Window. Directed by Alfred Hitchcock, Rear Window stars James Stewart and Grace Kelly. L.B. Jeffries is a man with a lot of time and a lot of curiosity. After getting his leg broken during a photography job, he finds himself stuck in an apartment with nothing to do except to watch his neighbors go about their daily lives. But when some suspicious activity starts to happen in the neighborhood, he decides to play detective and put the pieces together from his apartment. Will his curiosity get the best of him? It seems it's too late to turn back now.
I'm not gonna lie, this movie scared the crap out of me. Imagine me, night covers the sky. The only light that's coming from the cabin that I'm staying in is the television that I'm watching this movie on. A movie about a man watching people as I feel like I'm being watched. And that is just a taste of the genius that is Alfred Hitchcock. Now, I had not seen this movie before this last Wednesday, while I'm on vacation as you can tell, but regardless, I'm glad this movie hadn't been spoiled for me in any possible way because this movie far exceeded any and all expectations that I had for it. I'll start with this. This movie takes place in one setting and one setting alone, and that's Jeffrey's apartment complex. And it mainly stays in Jeff's apartment the whole time, looking out to everyone just as Jeff would. And the intro sets this up perfectly. It's one long continuous shot of the neighborhood that Jeffries lives in, introducing all the characters, who they are, and what their role might be, and then it goes into Jeffrey's apartment, who he is, what his predicament is with his leg, and then on to what he might be doing as a job, and so on and so forth. And it's so well done that you have to just commend Alfred Hitchcock and his crew for that shot alone. This movie handled setting so well, in fact, that it made you feel like you were in Jeffrey's apartment the whole time. And there's one instance where it goes to a close-up of another character in the courtyard, and you've never just felt more out of place. And it was such a weird feeling, because you're leaving the comfort of Jeffrey's home, and I've never had a movie do that for me. It was such an amazing and weird feeling. This movie will really do that to you, give you weird and amazing experiences, that is. Mainly because it makes you think if you were put into the situation that Jeffries was put in, would you do the same thing or would you feel uber creepy about this whole thing? But in this movie you can't help but going along for the ride and just sucking in as much information as you can. Jumping back into introductions, I'd like to touch on Grace Kelly's character, Lisa Fremont. Her introduction just shows that she's clearly in love with Stewart's character, all while at the same time showing that she's just wealthy, she's beautiful, and she's in a league of her own. Although she may seem like a cardboard cutout of the rich and the famous, she is far more than that. And this wasn't the only character who was exclusively tremendous in this film. All of the characters were eccentric and really came to life with all the extraordinary performances given by all the actors. Jimmy Stewart at his best that I've seen him so far, and I've only seen about 5 or 6 of his movies. The dude was just a damn good talent, and this movie just clearly shows that. I have to say, this is the first movie I believe I have seen of Grace Kelly's, and I have to say when her face first lit up the screen, I had to stop and say, wow. She's clearly one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen on the screen, and she has the acting chops to equal the beauty. Even Thelma Ritter had an excellent performance in this movie. She was just the perfect piece to this puzzle. Although everyone was fantastic in this movie, I didn't see a single weak link in this chain. I can't express enough how good this screenplay is. It can be very tough finding a fantastic movie that has a well-formulated plot, settings, characters, actors, and so on and so forth. But this movie has that. It has all of that. And the credit doesn't only go to Hitchcock, but it also goes to John Michael Hayes for even writing the screenplay to begin with. Alfred Hitchcock was a genius when it came to the art of film, and he always had the best of help to make movies like this one happen. I'm not very often impressed by something, but when I am, I make sure to give credit where credit is due. Because as of September, this movie is 62 years old. 62. And it holds up very strongly even today. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm not ever easily impressed by a movie like that, but Hitchcock, damn you, you're so good. Sorry about all the bird noises too. I'm still on vacation. There's a huge valley right there. So there's that. Over here, however, is going to be Mike's Recommondays. I did this a week early, so I have no idea what's even over there. Over here, however, is Glensday, which Mike also took over for, and heck man, I made him watch Schindler's List. Schindler's List. I made him cry. You know how good that feels? I made Mike cry. Well, not me personally, but the movie made him cry, which was my suggestion, so suck it. Anyway, down below is going to be Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Check those out. Below that is a like and subscribe button and a dislike button and a comment section. Tell me if you guys like Rear Window. Holy crap, I loved Rear Window. Oh my god. Just tell me about it. Introductions, I'd like to touch on Lisa... What a dick. Wow. Cool.